What's up everyone, how's it going? In this game we have 3DB as our orange Mongol spawning on the south side of Frisian marshes. Over here on the east we have our red Jeanne d'Arc MLord. Both of these guys, amazing players, absolutely phenomenal. MLord, well actually both of these players are all I believe 3DB is a little bit of an older SE2 player. Both of them obviously come from StarCraft 2. Well, I shouldn't say obviously, but both of them are OG StarCraft players that did transfer over to AoE4. And I have noticed that a few players recently are trying out Stormgate as well. I've been wondering why I haven't really been seeing like Luciferon, Vortex, even some MLord games when I'm looking for games to cast, and it seems like they were playing Stormgate for the last few days, if not weeks. But now they are jumping back over to AoE4 for now. We'll see what happens. Going for fishies right off the bat, not a fishing boat, just moving the Gur over to the shoreline fish. Has a decent amount of villagers there. What is that, 5 villagers on food, or excuse me, on fish. This is a really nice spawn for our Mongol player. He has the berries right next to him as well as the gold, so those two resources are going to be very secured for quite a while. Like, that's actually going to be a really solid location for quite some time. And then we're going to have to wait and see if our 3DB Mongol player is going to try to go into any kind of heavy feudal aggression, or if he's going to try to go into a fast castle in order to defend against any of the Jeanne d'Arc aggression that we do see in feudal. Sorry about that. So keep in mind though that this is pre-patch, so a lot of the changes have already, or a lot of the nerfs of course have already went through for Jeanne d'Arc. There's so many that I'm not really going to be able to cover all of them. I did go over all the patch notes, everything like that already in a separate video, but let's just go with she got severely nerfed in her survivability. The major change in my opinion is her damage reduction, ranged damage reduction, going from 50% at level 3 and 66% in level 4 down to, I believe it was 40% and 60%. So I think the level 4 could have been nerfed a little bit more. Dropping it down 6% probably isn't good enough. Ooh, we are going to be getting a second TC out of MLord as well. Let me go ahead. It does seem like the volume is a little high, or not, the in-game sound. Where's my audio? Yeah, I have everything pretty low. Let's drop this down to 30. Yeah, I don't mind the music. Okay, sorry about that. Not entirely sure why it just seems so loud out of nowhere. Unless it was fine for you guys. Let me know down in the comments. I am constantly readjusting the audio volume for some reason though. It just seems like game to game it's completely different. I swear. I've even had to swap between two different recording softwares because the audio's just been so weird. Like, it doesn't save my settings the majority of the time. But anyways, I digress. Let's jump back into this. We do have the Skull of Cavalry finishing up as well as the Deerstone for our Mongol player. Going into stables, of course, gonna start double producing out Keshik. I do like the little scoots that's coming out of 3DB for his Gur. He's setting himself up with a decent economy right there, getting those fish. He still has Oh, there's 5 right there. That's a really nice little pond that he has right here. 5 shoreline fish. He's not gonna have to touch the deer for a really long time, even though he's already on it. But on the other side, we do have MLord going into a 2TC play, which is gonna set him up very well economically in the long term. As of right now, he is gonna just be dropping a barracks, gonna start getting some spears to start defending against the Keshik, as well as his own royal knights, or as well as his royal knights. Oh, he didn't go for... What's going on here? It's just a horseman. It's not a royal knight. That royal, or that horseman, is it really going to be able to do much? Doesn't do anything at all, actually. And now we are getting double produced Keshiks out for our Mongol player, which of course is very standard. Woman at Arms is out and about now, getting shot at by our pardoned Khan. Does get pushed back. Second TC coming up on the gold in the back of the base. I really like what MLord is doing here, not pigeonholing himself into that very generic style of play that we see every Jeanne d'Arc doing. Okay, is gonna be able to micro back the Khan, where they just go for the one base feudal, heavy feudal aggression. All those nerfs on Jeanne d'Arc have pushed, it does seem like it has pushed Jeanne d'Arc into a different type of playstyle. Going into that 2TC might actually be the new thing for her. Keep in mind that the nerfs are only about a week old. By the time this video comes up, yeah, it'll be about a week. So really solid. Khan goes down. No, poor little Khan. Nice little micro on the sheep, making sure that it doesn't go over to... Oh, is he gonna be able to pick it up anyways? No. I like MLord going in, trying to grab the sheep. Like, why is it 3DB just sending it back home? Why is he just leaving it there? What does he have going back at base? Not much, really. The first pond is almost done. 400 fish. Still in that little area, or in that pond. Still has a lot of fish left on the pond. Just to the south of it, there's 5 shoreline fish there, 400 a pop, right? 500 a pop. So looking at 2,500 food right there, and extremely fast to be gathered, or extremely fast gather rate. And even then, to the north of the original one, there's a 4 shoreline. There's a lot of fish on this map. There's a lot of food in general. This is insane how much food is here, not to mention all the sheep that are here as well. 12 plus another like 3 dead carcasses, and not to mention probably 2 or 3 that have already been eaten. Second TC coming down as well for 3DB, right on top of a deer patch and fish pretty much towards the center of the map. He is trying to pick off a few of the deer, stop them from running away. There's one perfectly right there, but it's way too close that his villagers actually aren't going to be able to kill it until the TC does come up. Still attempting to harass MLord's villagers as best as he can. Does have a decent amount of Keshik, 8 total against 5 spears, a royal knight, and Jeanne d'Arc herself. It's 9 military against 9, 30 villagers to 38 villagers of MLord. So this is really solid out of both players. They are going into that heavy eco play, 2TC apiece. Royal Knight coming into the wood line of 3DB will be able to get a villager. Very easy right there. Nice clean pick. First blood goes over to the Lord of Marines. Still trying to figure out what to do, where to go, how much to do, how bad should he commit. And I think he should be going over. Is he gonna go into a 3TC play? Because he still has a lot of villagers on wood. I forgot to switch this over. Sorry guys. 16 on food, 12 on wood, 6 on gold, 4 3DB, none on stone. He does, obviously he can't do it because of his uvu. They cannot gather stone with villagers. They gather it passively or through trade. Marine Lord sitting on 57 at a 70 supply. 23. Where did all his food go right there? Didn't he have like 200 or 300 food? Not entirely sure. He dropped down to like, what was it, 20? 24 villagers on food. Those sheep are gone. 24, all 24 villagers are on the sheep right there. He is gonna have to switch over to berries. He still has the shoreline fish available to him as well. Doesn't really have anything else too close. I do like what 3DB did though, by moving out, gathering up the outer resources. This is something that I try to do as much as I possibly can. He does go for the third TC. I completely missed that. Sorry guys. Does go up to 3 TC, 11 military, 4 3DB against the 19 of Marine Lord. No archers out for 3DB though. That's gonna be pretty devastating when the fight does go off. Nice harass coming out in the back line, is able to pick off 3 villagers right there, forcing the military back for Marine Lord in order to defend this, because that's a lot of Keshik that are going to be able to do a substantial amount of damage. It is finally getting pushed off when the rest of the Royal Knights come back, mainly those spears though. The moment the spears show their face, that's when you know you have to get out of there. More Keshik are going to be coming up with these. The Keshiks do decide to do a minor engagement right there. Marine Lord attempting to sandwich this, will not be able to. The Keshik are way too fast. Of course, they're on horses. Horses greater than little infantry legs. Nice little wall off over here on the southeastern side of Marine Lord's base. 12 military though to the 25 of Marine Lord. No, these Keshiks. Oh, that could have been very terrible. That could have been extremely bad. Do not want that type of engagement. 3DB needs to go into archers though. There are just way too many spears here. Like, I don't get what 3DB is doing. He has 13. He's gonna be jumping up to 15 Keshik, right? Against 17 spears, 9 Royal Knights, and Jeanne d'Arc. That is not a fight you ever want to take. There's no way he's gonna be able to take that fight and survive. The first archery range is down. He's going into the Kurotai. I don't like this. I really don't like him going into it. And he's dropping down 2 barracks. He's gonna try to switch over to... Wait, where is he calling? Why is he calling all his villagers? I don't like him going into the Kurotai, but he is gonna try to go into Castle Age in order to get the Man-at-Arms out. Man-at-Arms will do a decent job against this, but Men-at-Arms are kind of soft countered by the Royal Knights. On the plus side, the Man-at-Arms do essentially hard counter the spears. The massive negative is I do not believe 3DB is going to be able to get a big enough military out. He needs to just sacrifice this town center, send it to a different direction, send it somewhere else. Do not engage this. He does, and he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Full wraparound on the second TC, the original second TC. Kurotai does come up, but the military, Marine Lord is just sitting on near over 2.5 times the military. And if 3DB ever engages to this, he's just gonna completely lose everything. There's no way that 3DB is gonna be able to defend. There really isn't. There's just way too many spears. He needs to get, he doesn't need man-at-arms, he needs archers, he needs crossbows. He is going to be able to keep a decent amount of the villagers alive. I want him to bring the second TC closer for a bigger defense. Double blacksmith? 3DB, come on. That is not what you are right now. Marine Lord has 3x your army size. They are going to be chasing a Gur. Okay, Marine Lord isn't going to be committing, which is perfect for 3DB in order to start getting his military up, sitting on 13 Keshiks, 2 men-at-arms, a Khan, a spear, against Marine Lord's 32 spears, 16 Royal Knights, of course, Jeanne d'Arc, and a Scout. Nice counter harass coming through, but there's just too many spears. There's too many spears everywhere. Marine Lord can decide to just commit right now if he wants to as well. And there's nothing really back home in order to defend this aside from 4 men-at-arms, and that's it. He does have 2 TC going up here for a little bit of additional defense, but these 4 men-at-arms are going to get completely demolished. The 3rd town center, which is now the Ghetto 2nd, is going to be going down. Few villagers are getting pulled in order to start repairing and defending against this. There are so many dead villagers. 3DB got way too greedy going into the Castle Age, and it's costed him. It will cost him this game. Look at the amount of damage that the Jeanne d'Arc spears are doing to him. All of the Keshiks, almost all of the Keshiks are down. There's only 2 left. There's a handful of spears, handful of just units in general, military for our Orange Mongol player. He's not really going to be able to do much off of this. So many villagers are going down. A total of 16 villagers have been killed for Marine Lord. 60 villagers to 76, which is fine. Like, that's not too bad. It's the military size. It's 7 against 56. And that number, both of those numbers, villager count and military count, are just going to be diminishing so quickly at this point. Clearly overran in every aspect, in multiple angles as well. That 3DB just couldn't compete against them. He really couldn't. He had way too many Keshiks, while Marine Lord had, well, 3DB only had Keshiks. He had about 15 Keshiks, but Marine Lord had 2 spears for every 1 Keshik. Plus he had equal number in Royal Knights. GG does get called. Game goes to our red Jeanne d'Arc player, Marine Lord. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Catch you guys next time.